You from the Bay online, streamed live thanks to Comcast. Get your husband to talk to you. Here with the key to getting him to open up are nurse Rona Renner from the radio talk show Childhood Matters on Green 960 AM and Berkeley psychotherapist Dr. Will Courtenay, also known as the Men's Doc.
Hi, Janelle.
Hey, nice to see you.
Welcome.
So, why is it so difficult for men to talk, express themselves?
Well, the short answer
Go ahead,
is...
talk about it.
Rona's like, where do I
No, go
start?
ahead, you can talk.
So the short answer is that they think that they shouldn't, and that we don't expect them to. You know, we've all been brainwashed by the stereotype that men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Yes.
And so we actually believe that men talk less than women do, and that they don't talk about their feelings.
Right.
But the truth is, there's lots of very good research to show that men actually talk just as much as women do. And in terms of how we talk, we're just as likely to listen to others, and we're similar in how open and honest we are, and how much personal information that we give to other people. So the stereotypes just don't hold up to what we actually know about women
Well,
and
why
men.
aren't you guys doing it then?
Well, this is a myth. This is a myth, and yet it is also based on conditioning, Janelle. If you think about boys growing up, they're taught not to cry, they're taught to tough it out, and not to show their feelings. So boys are conditioned, men are conditioned, and then women have expectations that the guy isn't going to talk about his feelings. Is that right?
And these stereotypes are very powerful. They quickly become social expectations about how we're supposed to be. So men hear that they don't talk about their feelings, and they start to, what they actually hear inside is, I shouldn't talk about my feelings. And so they start to shut down. So yes, and of course this research is about kind of most women and most men. There are always people who kind of fall outside of that and who are the exceptions to the rule, and they stand out to us because they fit our stereotypes of what men should be.
And I want to say also, in same-sex couples, you also have issues that are very similar to this. So we're not excluding also same-sex couples, but we're talking about women in particular today who often complain about the fact that their husbands don't talk about their feelings.
So let's do a little role playing, like a little example of what doesn't work. Okay. So will you guys do that for us?
Yes.
Sure.
Hi, how was your day today?
Oh, it was awful. Yeah, everything I did went wrong, and I felt I was totally off my game. And you know that guy from engineering I told you about? He was after me all day long to finish this manual. He hasn't even started on it. And he was trying to get me to finish my part of it, and he hasn't started.
You know, I think you shouldn't let yourself be pushed around. I really don't think so. It drives me crazy when people say they're going to do something and then they don't do it. You know, today Linda called me and she started to say to me, you know, Rona, I need you to help me with the luncheon. And I thought to myself, I can't do everything. I can't do the luncheon. I can't take care of my family. You know, and then Linda feels it's like manipulative and, you know, she's my friend and do I want to be her friend? And, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if she still likes me or she doesn't like me. Are you listening?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I feel like you're oblivious, and I feel like I don't even know what you feel.
Oh, no, I just saw myself in your role. Okay, so...
I had to not laugh there.
I know, so should we do another skit to show how it's supposed to go?
Should have happened,
Sure, okay. So very easy. Hi, honey. Oh, hi, honey. How was your day?
It was awful, you know, but what can I say?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go make some tea, and I'd really like to hear about it.
Okay.
Okay. Simple.
So, there's a couple of things this illustrates. You know, when she starts to talk about Linda, that tells me she doesn't want to hear what I have to say. And I'm already expecting that I'm not supposed to really talk about my feelings. And so when she does that, I think that, well, that confirms what I suspect all along, that she really doesn't want to hear what I have to say. And so I shut down.
But I'm also being empathetic. So one thing that women do, actually, is they're sure men aren't going to want to talk about their feelings. So they show that they care and that they're hearing it by being empathetic and coming up with a story. But what happens then is I take everything away from him.
Okay, so you're saying the story because you're saying, I can relate to you, blah, 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 but then you're taking it like she doesn't care about me, this is her own story.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Women often do that as a way to say, I get what you're saying to me.
Right.
But unfortunately, that's not the way we hear it.
That's right. And so I think what it is there's an expectation based on conditioning. And there are some things we can do maybe to break that.
Okay, so what should we do? I mean, first of all, we have to recognize that we're both from the same planet Earth. We're not from Mars, not from Venus, right?
That's right.
That's the most important first step, that partners need to not expect that these men are not going to open up unless they don't want them to. I mean, if you treat a man like he's not going to open up, then that's what he's going to do.
You talked about at one point staying away from negative and destructive comments.
Yeah.
Is passive-aggressive, does that fall into the same place here?
Oh,
You know,
I'd say so.
Well, about the negative comments, it's one of the things, if you can stop being critical and you don't show contempt, your relationship will be better. So we've got to zip it and also try and give positive feedback. Think of one thing you're grateful for every day that your partner does for you, with you. It makes a big difference. What else are some tips?
Well, in terms of passive-aggressive, picking up the newspaper and putting it in front of your wife or spouse or partner is a good way to be passive-aggressive and say...
Oh, what could you have done instead?
Well, what I could do is I could say, you know, honey, I really want to tell you about my day. I want you to listen to me. I mean, we have to, as men, we also need to step up to the plate and kind of run against those stereotypes. And
I think a lot of women also like want to fix him, like, oh, I got to fix him, but you say actually fix the relationship. It's like a dual issue here.
Very key.
Yeah.
And both
What do you
people
mean by
can
that?
work on that.
Okay.
Well, research shows that men who are in happy relationships are more likely to talk about their feelings and less likely to withdraw from their spouse or partner.
So how you fix a relationship is, number one, is you make sure and you have time to spend together where you're having fun, you're going out together, you're not talking about the bills, you're not talking about the kids, but you're enjoying each other's company. That's sort of number
Date
one.
nights.
Yeah, I know, but you also say you have to, like, sometimes when you're about to be critical, I mean, nitpicking, I would say, is the same thing. You have to just basically try to zip it.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You just have to use your own strength and power.
Well, what
to
I
that?
do, because I have a great husband, but I also can be like pointing things out all the time, and so I have to remember the things I love about him and focus on those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Rona Renner has a great show, Childhood Matters. It's on Saturday mornings
Yes.
at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I know, I love your show, on Green 960 a.m. And then, of course, you're a psychotherapist in Berkeley, and you're also known as the men's doc.
Yes.
You tend to a lot of men and women problems, I'm sure.
I do.
so I can share my feelings with you without
If
criticism.
you can, and I will give you
You're a
permission to
safe
share
shoulder
your
to
feelings
cry
with me.
You guys
You're
can
safe
meet
with me,
after
Nick.
the show.
That's right.
More
And we'll go out shopping.
Okay, more information on both of them on our website. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
On The View from the Bay.